as acting chair of the Policy Personnel Subcommittee, I call the meeting to order at 5:09 p.m. My apologies for the tardiness. I had to run from Facilities Finance to come cover.
Can we do minutes with just you and I? Without having,
You know what? I'm going to
'Cause-
request that we,
because you weren't here.
we table that because I wasn't here, so I don't know. And that would only be one vote, so that would not be enough to move it forward. Okay, so policies for review, policy EHB-R. Data records retention, local records retention schedule.
So I can talk about this.
Yep.
We did update our records retention policy a few years ago.
Okay.
And I was looking for some information and realized that somehow when we did the big policy update my first few years here, we didn't update the record to be, the schedule to be consistent with the policy. So this just brings both documents in line.
Okay.
So there's an EHB and then there's EHB-R,
Okay.
which is the
records part of it.
Well, it's the schedule, right? So it's what you do. So the administrators will look at all the different documents and make sure that they keep them for the correct number of years. So you can see that Phyllis removed a bunch that were no longer necessary.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then other ones were added that needed to be adjusted.
Okay.
And we keep like transcripts, graduation. So like if someone has a house fire and they need to get that, they can come back and get that.
Absolutely.
No time limit on
If you
that.
look down below, you can see
You can see
in the
where-
updated version, there's employee term of employment plus 6 years.
Okay.
It's page 6 of 13.
Okay, yep, I see it now.
Record annual audit, warrants, minutes, architectural plans, asbestos removal, application for federal grants, blank deposit slips, bonds and continuation certificates, budget worksheets, cash receipts. I mean, there's a lot. Student activities records, enrollment reports.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks pretty standard.
It is.
I don't really have any concerns.
Yeah, no. I mean, all the student records are, I mean.
Yeah, down at that,
enrollment
page 12 is the
reports,
student
like,
records.
yeah, I mean, I mean, a lot of this is,
I make a motion to move EHBR for first and second read to the board.
fabulous, thank you, I will second that. So if there's no further discussion, all in favor, unanimous, wonderful.
Chair, before we go to the personnel job descriptions, I would like a motion to review policy BEDH about public comment.
Okay.
We have, community members have brought forth that they would like to be able to talk about things that are not on the agenda. And I feel like as part of our board, it's our duty to hear what our constituents have to say. And I think sometimes things come up in between board meetings. We're not always able to talk about the things. So I would like to bring that to policy to be reviewed.
Okay, all right, and I will second your motion to talk about that. So we'll vote, yes,
Yes.
adding it to the agenda. I think that's great. I think it's something that we really need to do and talk about. I think that since we have a membership with NHSBA,
Okay.
I think we utilize them to review the policy we have currently prior to the next subcommittee meeting, so that they will tell us what we legally have to keep in there, and what areas maybe we have some flexibility and leeway on.
That's a great idea.
Just so we know what we can and cannot change prior to making changes.
And I was trying to look it up. I was curious when the last time it was.
I think it was like 2021, because I was in
So
there
that was
recently.
prior to when I was on I think that was prior to my time on the board.
So, yeah, I think I actually have that policy up. I do. Let's see. It was actually August 17th, 2022.
Okay.
Is when it was last updated.
Yeah, I think that was right before I got on the board.
Could be. So, yeah, so yeah, I think it's definitely due for review.
Okay.
And yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I think that's really important. Okay.
Okay.
Then let's see, sorry, get back to the agenda. Okay, job descriptions for review. All right, so principal, oh, we don't have Tom in here
Or
anymore.
Kelly.
Right, so we will, let's pause for a second. I will just ask if he's coming back in. I just texted him to ask if he was coming back in. I guess we can just,
I'm just kind of reviewing them again.
yeah, I'm gonna give them a quick review because I
Yeah, I'm sure.
didn't have time to do a deep dive into anything. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna go try to grab him because.
I mean, I don't see anything red flags.
Yeah, I didn't see any red flags either. Oh, thank you.
Sorry about that.
We were just trying to do the job descriptions, but we wanted to make sure that, I mean, we don't see any red flags in here. us, but
Sorry, and I'm sorry I left the conversation about the
That's all right.
other policy.
No, just, made a recommendation to, bring it to the policy subcommittee, for review of the policy. And I recommended that since we are part of NHSBA, we utilize them in reviewing the policy so that when it goes to the board, to the policy subcommittee,
Yep.
they can tell us what has to stay in there, what, which parts can be edited, but most importantly, knowing what we can and cannot change in there to keep us in compliance with the law.
Thank you.
So that's important. So to have,
And it looks like it was last reviewed in 2022, so that was prior to my time on the board.
it was August of 22 is what it said on the bottom. So, so not all that long ago. But I just want to make sure that,
I'm emailing you now.
thank you.
No problem.
Just good to have some free legal advice
Yes.
before making changes.
Yeah.
All right, so, did you have anything, Tom, about any of these, job descriptions. Was there anything important that needed to be noted? Or, I mean, it seems like they're all fairly straightforward.
Yeah, Kelly apologized. She wanted to be here, but she's been under the weather.
Oh, okay.
And so with helping out at baking, she just needed to go home today and get some rest.
Okay.
And so she has vetted those, so I trust her work on that. And so I don't have anything to add.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you had specific questions, I would just get those to her and then have her work.
I mean, they're pretty standard and straightforward. I mean,
Yeah, I don't have any particular questions.
no.
I make a motion to move, job descriptions 5.1 through 5.6. They don't need to go to the board, we just need to approve them, correct?
Correct.
I make a motion to approve, job descriptions 5.1 through 5.6.
Great. I second that motion. So if there's no further discussion, all in favor? Unanimous. We should probably state what they are.
Oh, yes, 5.1 is principal, 5.2 is special education teacher, 5.3 is special education paraeducator, 5.4 is a school counselor, 5.5 is director of student services, and 5.6 is school nurse.
Perfect. All right. Do we need a non-public session?
Don't think so.
Okay, fabulous. I don't know when the next meeting is. It's listed as TBD. So at this point, at 5:21, this subcommittee is adjourned.